Welcome to General Psychology. This version of the course, Psych 150, is the GFD version. It's George Fox Digital. So in this course, we will not meet weekly in person. You do have an assignment where you will get to meet with me. It might be in person or it might be live through Zoom, but we will not be meeting in a classroom. The classroom is through our Canvas course. So I want to introduce you to some of those components, particularly unique to maybe how I run this class, but also for those of you that might be a little bit new to Canvas courses or to GFD courses. So let me share with you on the screen kind of what our Canvas course setup looks like. Okay, here we go. So you'll see over here, this is the main home page, and you'll come here and you'll be able to kind of get my welcome to the class video. And then this is an intro video that you may have seen. And then I want to show you that there are ways to get a hold of me by email here. And the other thing I want you to do is to note um, that we need you to set up for this GFD courses your notification preferences on Canvas. We really need that every student in a GFD course has the announcements pushed to your email. You need to pay attention to those announcements, particularly the way I explore this course with you is to give you reminders throughout the week. Now you can look at that and it may not be as pertinent to you depending on the day, but if you want to know what's happening and if you want to stay in touch related to this course, especially when there's changes, that has to be that you pay attention to the notification preferences on Canvas. So you can look here and do not shut it off. Make sure you keep receiving those notifications. As you go on down here, you can see these other components. And what I want to show you is the way that I have a rhythm for this class. So I set up a weekly rhythm, and you're going to see this in the modules for each week. And so the way I've set it up is that on Mondays you have a preview assignment, and it'd be really wise to look at the chapter title for that week and then come up with what question you have that you hope will be answered by looking into that chapter and the content. And then through the week, you will be reading your chapter, watching my lectures that I've posted, and then by Wednesday, you'll do your first post on the class discussion. And this is a forum, and you'll be in groups of 6 to 8 students, and you'll be interacting with them. Those groups will change about every couple of weeks, and you'll get to know some of those students through the opinions and the points of view that you share. And then other assignments that you can do during the week, but the last time to submit them is on Sunday evening, is this connection assignment, the quiz over that chapter for the week, and then there are sometimes unique chapter assignments or week assignments, and then this follow-up assignment. So the first assignment of the week is this preview assignment up here, and that's what do you hope you will learn about? And I have a question, what is this about psychology? And then the follow-up assignment is what happened with that? Did you get your question answered? How it was asking that question helpful? So I would suggest that you look at your week and you figure out when you want these assignments to be done. This is my suggested rhythm. I personally would never save these assignments for Sundays. I would try and save my weekend for other activities and not bulk up on schoolwork on Sundays, but I don't know what you have. So make sure that you fit this into your schedule. I do have due dates that will be reminders for you, but you have permission to work ahead on some of these assignments. Each week is going to be self-contained, so you can't go too far past that. The other thing you want to know in this first page, the home page, is that you can go straight to the week for each module. And before we get there, notice that there's the syllabus here, that you have the textbook from OpenStax is a free textbook online for you. And so you'll have a chapter posted each week, but you can also get the whole thing right here at this link. But let's go to week 1 and we can look at what your first week is going to look like. So in week 1, we have your assignments, that preview assignment I told you about, and conveniently, our first chapter is chapter 1, and then there's that discussion I told you about. And then this connection assignment, And what I mean by a connection is I want you to choose one of these three resources, not all three, you can do all three, but choose one of those three, and you go in to this assignment. Well, if it may not, oh, I think it's trying to open. There it is. You go into this assignment and it's blocked because it doesn't open until Monday. But in that assignment, the point is that you will have watched my videos, which are down here, part 1 and part 2 of chapter 1. You'll have looked at one of these resources and you're going to make your connections. What was consistent or similar between what I said in my lectures and what that resource said, and what was unique to the resource, and then what did you learn from that? And so that's that connection assignment, and you'll be provided each week with different resources to make connections with. Then you have that chapter quiz, and then the follow-up assignment over that chapter is a response to how did that question you asked in the preview assignment help you? Some of the unique assignments that will show up are things like this pre-test. You have a couple weeks to do this. Earlier is better. This is you complete it and you get the full points. The goal of this is to help us see what kind of base knowledge did you come into psychology with, this course with. And then we'll have a post-test at the end of the semester, and I'll communicate that more as we get into the semester. Other things to recognize is there's a meet with the professor assignment, and that's going to show up every week. You have the opportunity to meet with me in person individually. You can meet with me on Zoom individually, or I have weekly small group pieces. And so let's go to week 1. The options that you can choose from this week by clicking on that link as it opens up are this coming Friday the 13th. I have meetings available at 12:30, at 1 o'clock, and at 1:30. And 8 people can sign up on each one of those time slots. You only need to do this one time, meet with me one time. I mean, you can meet with me more than that one time if you wish, but I will then transfer your sign up on that to a calendar invite with the Zoom link, and we will meet as a group. If you choose not to meet in a small group like that, we can talk by email about how you do want to go ahead and complete that assignment. So you'll see that's week 1, and then on week 2, there's another, you can figure out what the options are for that. I don't have them up for the whole semester. They'll be showing up with a couple weeks ahead time. Other things to look ahead for is we have this SONA registration, and everybody is required in Gen Psych to participate in research. If you are not interested in doing that, you'll have to look at the syllabus. There's an alternative option. And so what I want you to do is look at this SONA registration, because you are asked to complete 12 hours, or we call them points. And by signing up and completing the SONA registration, you actually complete 2 of those 12 required. And then there'll be studies that'll be throughout the semester that you can sign up for and complete. The majority of those are online, so you shouldn't have a problem with a GFD course with that. You can see we have a week 2 connection assignment. Week 2 is about chapter 8 though, and we have a lot more options for you to choose from. And then there's also another extra assignment, and that's this plagiarism certificate. And this one can be really hard. I want you to see in this that we have, click in on it. It may not open here. It isn't going to open. Well, it will. I will make it open soon, but there is a tutorial in there. And what we mean by plagiarism in this component is that you're taking a psychology class, and psychology uses the American Psychological Association, or APA's, formatting and style. And so there's specifics about how to cite your sources that are going to be very important for you to understand. And so you will need to complete this, and you'll probably have to do the tutorial, and then you can take the test as many times as possible. Don't be surprised, I have students that have taken it 5 to 10 times, and that's not unusual, but they have tutorials within the test that are really helpful to look at. If after you've taken it 10 times and you still have not past it, and please make that happen before the 22nd of January, communicate with me by email and we can figure out a time where I can work with you on that and we can help you become successful. So that's just a welcome to the course. Want to give you that piece so that you can understand what you're getting into, kind of get you started on these first 2 weeks. My name, Chris Kays. You've got all sorts of intros to me that you can explore. But I'm looking forward to that meeting with you too, so that we can have a little bit of time to just get to know each other a little more casual. Those group discussions and those individual times are really focused on how you're engaging in the content that week. It's not a quiz, it's just a meeting. And we want to make sure that you have a chance to be seen a little bit more than this virtual setting. So let me know if you have questions. Email me. You have the access on our Canvas course, and I'm really looking forward to this semester and journeying with you as you explore general psychology. Welcome to 2023.